Just watch me breaking your sweat. You're falling into me, touch me. I swear you would do anything that I want. So keep us awake till the dawn. Baby, feel free. I wanna make you sweat on me.
Make you sweat. Oh, oops! Didn't realize we were back already.
It's so catchy. It always
And it just ends sometimes, and you're like, what?
It'll never. At the end of the episode, it always like ends a little bit early. There is a fox in my yard. Sorry, audience. It is very distracting. My dog is not out there though. Just saying.
I like how you said sorry, audience, but there's literally no one watching right now.
Well, when y'all get on later, sorry for being distracted by the fox 2 hours ago.
Welcome to it is our season tradition to. Oh, someone's watching. Oh, it's me.
Hello, you.
Well, like someone's watching. No, it's me. Welcome to our season tradition of bringing on someone who is an up and coming singer. Last year we had Jenny Teeter. I said her name right? And then this time we have Noah Austin. He lives a couple of towns over from me. I've seen him perform at my work, my old job. So we're excited to have him on, have him here with us. He's not really here. We recorded this episode a little while ago, but we're doing it. But before we do that, I'm also trying to look for something. I should have had this ready and I didn't. Sorry. Pause. Chrissy, tell me about your week. How you been?
I had my baby shower last weekend.
How'd that go?
It was lit. It was really chill. It was nice. I was like hurting and dying, but I got a lot of nice books for the baby. And just getting his like room set up and everything. And other than that, just pushing through the last quarter of the school year. Was PSAT day today, the 10th graders. But we live in. How are you?
I'm good. Been busy. School's winding down. So I'm ready for the summer break. Got something really exciting planned for October, so that's gonna be fun. That's really far away, but still October. Yeah. As always, ladies and gentlemen, I am very blurry, and I don't know why. This episode is brought to you by Birkin Brewing Company. Birkin Brewing Company is a botanically inspired coffee camper in Warrensburg, Missouri. Women-owned and operated, brewed just for you. As always, if you are living in Warrensburg or the surrounding area and you go and visit them in the trailer and you mention that we sent you, they will give you 50 cents off your first order. Yeah,
and you can be like, we saw you guys on CJ United podcast in your trailer.
Yeah. I think they would like that. Unfortunately, tonight, though, I do not have a coffee from them. But as always, Chrissy, what are you drinking tonight?
I went to Panera. Shout out. Well, Kevin's not here tonight, but the one night he's not here, I went to Panera. This is not a charged lemonade because I can't have that much caffeine, but that it's just like what the cup was. It's a green tea, an iced green tea with a little bit of like regular lemonade in it, and it's good.
I'm sorry, but it's called St. Louis Bread Company.
Panera?
Look it up. It's called St. Louis Bread Company.
I've been going to Panera since I was like 20. What?
It's based out of St. Louis, Missouri. And it's called Panera. It's called St. Louis Bread Company in St. Louis.
This is blasphemy. My baby is shape-shifting over this. Are St. Louis Bread Company and Panera the same thing?
Yes.
Today, according to PaneraBread.com, Panera Bread operates as both Panera Bread or St. Louis Bread Company. Okay, so it's interchangeable.
So if you're in the St. Louis area, it's considered St. Louis Bread Company.
Oh my God! News.
Fun facts with
me. Their bread is delicious.
I am having Jimmy John's.
Not us both getting takeout.
So we're gonna play a little game though of what's in this cup.
I want to say Coke, but I feel like you don't have. It's either Coke or Dr. Pepper.
It's Dr. Pepper.
Well, I know. I was like, why is it giving Dr. Pepper to me? I don't know.
Well, that was what are you guys drinking tonight? I
could not have any more caffeine because I can't have over 200, and because I did go to get the butter pecan coffee from Dunkin' Donuts today, and it was good.
So before we start this this interview with Noah, I do want to say that right now he is currently on bed rest. He had issues with his vocal cords. Doctor's orders. He had to go on bed rest. Is it just me or am I crooked?
No. The blurry went away too.
I'm crooked. Oh, whatever. I can fix it while we're in the middle of the show.
Not to be you and him anyway.
So I just want to send him some love, wish him well. And luckily, I told him this when I found out. Luckily, we got this filmed before he went on vocal rest. So yeah. Hello. I'm gonna say Dad, but he's gonna be. Oh, hello, Scott.
Hi.
Anyway, we're gonna sit back, relax, enjoy this interview. I hope y'all like it because I had fun.
I'm looking forward to it.
So, enjoy. I don't know. Enjoy. What's up, guys? We are here with Noah Austin, a up-and-coming, I guess you can say country music, even though you do a bunch of other random stuff too, out of Kansas City. Noah, how are you?
I'm doing well, man. How are you?
Good. So I know who you are, but for those who don't know who you are, tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you do for a living.
I grew up in Freeman, Missouri, pretty small town. For the longest time, I thought I was going to play football and go to college and play football. And then right before I graduated, I actually decided to go a different route. My sister got a guitar for Christmas, and she never touched it. And I picked it up one day and started messing with it. And now I'm playing in the bars every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So that's what I'm doing.
So we actually met at a bar, the bar that I work at, which I've mentioned multiple times on here. And so I guess it's only fitting now. I don't know if you have one, but what are you drinking tonight? If you are drinking anything at all? Most.
I'll have myself a cold beer. I'm not much. I like to stick to just beer.
I mean, hey, it's the drink of choice for a lot of people who visit, bars and restaurants and all that. Especially if you also got the opportunity to perform at Guitars and Cadillacs, which is a new place in Kansas City, which is up and coming, but very popular. There's a lot of popular country singers who've actually performed there so far. So that's
it used to be Kansas Hall. Whenever it was Kansas Hall, it was a big deal. But then they shut down for a while. I don't know if they were renovating or what, but
here we are. So I know, but who has inspired you to, take on this country music, this route of singing and performing instead of doing football?
Honestly, when I was in high school, it was Chris Young, Randy Travis, a lot of those guys from that. I know Chris Young and Randy Travis are two different time frames. Randy Travis to me had the best voice. Chris Young, his songs, Cole Swindell. The biggest one for me right now would be Wallen. I am a Luke Combs fan. I'm just not as much of a Luke Luke Combs fan as I used to be, just because of I relate more to other artists now than I do him. But a few years ago, it was definitely Luke Combs. But right now, I'd say Wallen. Hardy is probably almost more than Wallen.
Both hot tickets you can't even get a hold of. So
I bought tickets,
and I'm jealous of that because I want. Are you going? I guess you're going to the one in St. Louis.
Yeah, Thursday night, July 6th in St. Louis.
I want to go,
but won't be there.
Really? Oh, damn.
No,
I mean,
just
was it cheaper this time around?
No. I think they were like $300 a piece.
So I'm going to guess because one of the next questions was who could you open for, but I'm going to guess any of those. Yeah. Morgan Wallen, Hardy. If you could open for anybody, out of all those, who would you choose the most?
If I was going to open for somebody, it'd probably be Hardy.
Do you know that Chris Young is coming to Kansas City?
I did not know that.
I believe he is. Hold on. There's a new country music festival coming to Kansas City. It's called Country Roots Festival. And I'm at Legion's Field, so here you go. Plug in them. Chris Young, Trace Atkins, Gabby Barrett, Clay Walker, Jody Messina, and many more. So you get food and everything included with it, so might as well look into that.
Clay Walker's getting up there.
I know, and he's making a comeback because Clay Walker is old.
Oh yeah, that's what I was saying.
He's getting up in age, not up in.
Yeah, no, he's getting up in age.
I think my very first song that I've ever remembered hearing from Clay Walker was "Chain of Love," and that one stuck with me. So Trace Atkins, honky tonk for donka-donk, but
oh yeah.
So I said earlier that you kind of do country, but you also do other stuff. How would you describe the music that you typically create? And what is the process of making songs or writing songs? Because I know you write songs. So what's your process there?
So I'm very impromptu about it. I will literally be watching, I could be watching Sunday Night Football, and then a thought will come to my head, and I'm like, hey, I got to go downstairs. I'm going to go write for a second. As far as what kind of music I play, if I we were talking about country, not country, whatever. It's actually very ironic you asked that because I was talking with one of my best friends about this last night. I have this huge issue with people nowadays that they hear a Luke Bryan song and they're like, well, that's not really country. I'm like, well,
it's bro country.
I'm like, if we even bro country, whatever, if we rewind 75 years, I guarantee you what's playing on the radio isn't going to sound like what you're listening to now. So I think it's constantly evolving. Mm-hmm. I think, I don't know if you can really classify. I don't think anyone has the right to say that's country or that's not country, especially half the people that are out here bashing. I'm not even I'm not a Sam Hunt fan. I'm not a Kane Brown fan, but I also don't like hearing people bash Sam Hunt or Kane Brown because they're not country. In my opinion, if that's not country to you, don't listen to it. But there's no reason to run them down. And so for me, I don't know if I'm chasing a genre as much as I'm just
writing.
To me, I have a message to put across, and whatever way I can get that across, that's the way I'm going to do it. And if somebody doesn't think that's country, then
look at artists such as Reba and George Strait and the Queen and King, and look at the way they're writing music now. They're evolving with the times, and they still go back to their traditional roots too. But if you listen to songs from Reba now, she's gone and redone some of her songs to make them current to this time we're living in. So you're right. It is evolving, and you can't just stick. Now, what would you, if I already said what you classify it as, but what do you think it is?
For me, I definitely think, yeah, it is a hard question. I would like to think myself personally that I'm a little bit of a mixture between today's country and a little bit of red dirt.
Okay.
That's kind of the view I have on myself. I don't know what everyone else thinks, but
I mean, if we're talking about, evolving, and you have these classics. Look, hey, so Taylor Swift kind of did it when she broke out of country and she went to pop, and now she's kind of messing with everything. Hardy, you love Hardy. His new album is out at the time of this airing. You have a song in there that's Mockingbird and the Crow, which is literally half country, half rock. And the whole album's like that. So, like, what do you think of the album at this point in time when we're recording this? It's not out yet, but what do you think of the songs that are out of his?
I think,
I know you cried.
In my opinion, I think my favorite song is "Here Lies Country Music." Mm-hmm. I would say the best written song on that album, or at least what's out right now, is "Mockingbird and the Crow."
Oh yeah.
That song is just like, you hear, like, I don't know if you followed Morgan Wallen's story, but like he went on The Voice and they told him, you're going to sing pop music, you're not going to sing country. And so whenever I hear the Mockingbird and the Crow from Hardy, I think about that, like, you're with a record label and they're going to tell you, oh, you're going to do this, do this, do this. And no, I'm not going to do that.
He has a line in there, and it's the one line that the very first time I heard it, I went, oh, fuck yeah, like, that's awesome. It's you're too loud, you're too proud, it won't work. And then he was like, well,
so
if that's the case.
5,000 written next to my face on a t-shirt.
Yes. Yeah. Like, if I could switch over, they're still going to follow. It doesn't matter. There's going to be those rednecks at rock concerts. Like,
right.
No. And
I think he kind of prefaced that whole thing. I mean, months and months ago, whenever he, I guess it was probably almost a year ago, whenever he let out Sold Out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that was, in my opinion, whenever he released Sold Out, that was him testing the waters to see, like, okay, are they going to bite on this, or are they going to push me to the side? And I think everybody kind of bid on it.
He's not afraid to throw a dead buck up on his Instagram. I mean, let's just, if we're just quoting the lines now. But no, exactly. You have all these artists that are testing waters and seeing what they can and can't do. And I think that's cool. Now, have you wrote any songs? And I know this again is a yes, but have you wrote any songs more than what I know that have come just like from your own personal life, or are they all?
I would say most of them have come from personal experience. There have definitely been a few where I was like just had a thought and I was like, oh, we should write a song about this.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, sometimes whenever it's not about personal experience, it's, I don't want to say more fun, but you get more creative responsibility because you kind of get to write the story on your own in your head. So like if it's not a song about a breakup or whatever, even if it is about a breakup, like if it's not something that actually happened to me or to the couple of guys I write with, like we get to sit there and we're like, okay, what story? Like we get to come up with a story.
Yeah.
So it becomes more of a, whenever it's something you went through, I don't feel like I'm writing as much as I'm projecting.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever I get to create the story, it feels like you're a storyteller. You get to come up with whatever you want.
Exactly. I know you have one, and you performed it at the bar per your father's request and then everybody else's request. I think it's called Whiskey, but it's not. It's something whiskey, but it's not out yet. You haven't out yet, but hands down, one of my favorite songs I have heard. So just letting everybody know that. But what is your, so you perform it all, you perform literally almost every Thursday, Friday. Okay. Yeah. See, you perform almost every night. What is your favorite song to perform? Is there a song that's on your set that's always going to be on your set? You have Reba with Fancy, George with I Cross My Heart. What's your song that you perform every show? Do you have one?
I do. Before I actually started writing my own music, I released "Cover Me Up" as my first single, and I play that one every night. I wouldn't say it's like it is my favorite one to play, but I also kind of feel out the vibe in the room to see when to play it and stuff. Other than that, it's "Cover Me Up" or "Should Have Been a Cowboy" by Toby Keith.
Okay. I love Toby Keith. I haven't heard much of him lately, but I love him. That is true. I did know that. I
was looking at stuff from him the other night, and he's fighting. So hopefully he gets well.
There's a lot of artists right now who are struggling. I mean, I know we're talking about
Alan Jackson too.
Alan Jackson. I have tickets literally still in my Ticketmaster account for his show that was supposed to be in Kansas City. And then he had to postpone because he had COVID, and now we're just sitting in limbo with these tickets. Like, are we not? Like, I was telling the person I was going to go with, I said, he could sit in a chair and perform, and I would still enjoy the show. He doesn't have to be up and be dramatic and flashy. He could sit in a chair and be fine, and I would love it. But it's his health. And you're looking at artists now like Jackson, who's postponing shows. Celine Dion, she just had Celine Dion just had to postpone shows because she has the stiff syndrome where she can't perform. So all these artists are, our generation that loves these artists are starting to fade out with our popular singers that we like. But hey, these new up and coming ones are good. So
for me, whenever I was like, for me, it was like my all-time favorite was Randy Travis. And before I even really got into Randy Travis, he was already having issues when he had a stroke and stuff. So like, once I finally got into it, it was like, oh, like I can't go see Randy Travis. But
so, how many? This is gonna be good and bad. How many country concerts or how many concerts have you gone to?
Ooh.
Ballpark.
Not that many, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, honestly, not that many.
Okay.
It kind of sucks because I play Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Which is when all the concerts happen. So I saw Turnpike Troubadours.
Okay.
I saw Luke Combs and Morgan Wallen. And I saw For King and Country. I don't know who they are. But, and
who was your very first country concert?
Turnpike.
Okay. Have you seen?
And actually, the funny thing about that is which I don't know if you're into songwriters all, but you know who Jason Isbell is, right?
I've heard of the name.
He wrote "Cover Me Up."
Okay.
So Jason Isbell was a headliner, but when we got our tickets, like the biggest print on the ticket was Turnpike Troubadours.
Okay.
And then under it, it said opening for Jason Isbell. But at the time, Turnpike was bigger. So we thought Turnpike was a headliner. So we were in the parking lot. I was like, I don't know, 19 maybe.
Oh no, you guys missed half of the show, didn't you?
Well, yeah, we're in the parking lot and we're out there drinking in the parking lot. And then they started playing Long Hot Summer Days. And my cousin Ryan was like, "Do you hear that?" He was like, "That's Long Hot Summer Days." And he like literally folds his shirt up like this, tucks 2 or 3 beers in it, takes off running for the gate. And then we ran in and we only caught like half a Turnpike. But
hey, my very first one was Tim McGraw, and that's the one I remember. There could have been more, but I vividly remember going to see Tim McGraw, and that just kind of sparked the concert love. I mean, I know it's only temporary and we will never get it back, but it's a moment. And I think the money is, you can always make money. You just can't go and see these artists forever.
Exactly.
I think currently right now I've seen Garth, George, Reba. I need to see Dolly and Alan. And then I will be like, okay, I'm good. I don't need to see any concerts for a while.
I have mixed feelings when it comes to Garth, but
really, see, I think there is a show that if concert venue aside, one of the biggest country music concerts that there is Luke Bryan's Crash My Playa. Have you heard of it?
Yeah.
I wanted to go this year because it looks like fun, but it's like $3,000 and I don't have that.
Yeah.
But it's 7 nights of country music, so like, is it worth it? Who, I think I've already asked, but who would you most like to collaborate with on writing music?
If it was just writing, probably Ernest.
Okay.
That would probably be my number one. Ernest or Hardy, one of the two.
And performing?
Performing, I would. This is kind of a curveball, but I would love to perform with Hardy or Eric Church.
Oh. Okay, but not Wallen. Why not Wallen?
At least right now, like at the stage I'm at, like he's gonna. I want to project the same energy he has.
Yeah.
So, and I think he's doing that
Himself.
And if I opened for him or something and ran out there with that kind of energy and I was an opener, then I don't think I would ruin it for anybody. But like,
True. Eric
Church is more of a like. He, in my opinion, Eric Church is a badass. Like,
yes,
he really is. But he's not going to be running around, jumping up and down on stage. So,
true.
Which is something I would want to do. So if I could open for like Eric Church or something,
he'd probably lose his sunglasses. Let's be honest, if he was to jump up and down on stage.
Yeah, every week I go to the chiropractor, and he went and saw Eric Church. My chiropractor is a family friend. And he went and saw Eric Church, and he was like, yeah, he likes to have fun. And I was like, well, what are you talking about? And he said, well, they do a Friday, Saturday show. So they Friday night, they play Saturday. He was like, Friday night was like very, uptight, and they did their thing. He was like, Saturday, he came and sat on the end of the stage with a bottle of Jack Daniels and played his whole show sitting right there. So,
I love it when artists who, especially when they do 2 different days, they always kind of just change up what they do just a little bit.
You kind of have to.
And but then it sucks because there's some shows where you're like, cool, I'll go Saturday night, but then Friday night they bring out this special guest, and Saturday they don't, and then or vice versa, and you're like, it's never the one.
I saw Luke Bryan. He drove a 4-wheeler onto the stage.
See, and I went and saw Kenny Chesney in the last time he came. Well, okay. The very first time I ever saw Kenny Chesney, the year before, apparently he was at Arrowhead, and he zip lined from the top like scoreboard all the way down to his stage, and I was like, "Cool, where's that special effect when I'm here watching?" Instead, he breaks his ankle on stage. So, I don't know what else to ask right now. Screw it. Do you want to perform a song?
Sure.
Okay. I don't know what you're going to perform, but surprise us. I don't care.
Let's see if I can get something out here. I probably should have tuned this guitar before I got on here, but see, this is a European delicacy called tuning.
I made a vow for 2023 that I was not going to buy concert tickets to any country concert, except if I already had them. I already bought Luke Combs, but once I heard of the Country Roots Festival with Clay Walker in them, I had to buy tickets. Because when are you going to see Clay Walker again?
I love Clay Walker. My favorite Clay Walker song is Fall.
I'm telling you, look up Chain of Love. I think you'll like it.
And I am terrible. How in the hell am I going to go on an interview and I ain't got no guitar pick? I'll do it without it.
Hold on, let me run to my house and because I'm not in my house. I'm actually in St. Louis. Let me run to my house and grab the one that you left on the floor of the bar, and then I'll get it.
All right, so actually this song is, I've been listening to it a lot lately. It's a unreleased Cody Johnson song, and I don't know if it will ever be released because it actually, the video I found of it came out like 9 years ago, and he still hasn't released it. So we'll see. But
you have 2 beers going on over here.
Oh, I got rid of the first one already.
Oh.
All right. So this one's called "Thank God I'm Not That Tough." There's a bottle on the counter to help me overcome the fear. A pistol in my dresser drawer that could take me far from here soon enough. Thank God I'm not that tough. I played my guitar last night for $22 in tips. In 10 days they'll shut off my lights. I just can't seem to make these loose ends meet. Oh, I'm dead on my feet. It's a wonder I ain't in jail by now. The way I let everything go down, I feel like I'm burning up in flames. The hardest part that I deal with is knowing that I caused all this. Sooner or later I'm gonna have to lay in this lonely bed I'm in. Today my wife told me she missed her mama and her friends. She said she needed space from me. Tell him I was all I had the strength to say. Who am I to make her stay? It's no wonder I ain't in jail right now. The way I let everything go down, I feel like I'm burning up in flames. The hardest part that I deal with is knowing that I caused all this. Sooner or later I'm gonna have to lay in this lonely bed I'm in. In this lonely bed I'm in. There's a bottle on the counter to help me overcome the fear. A pistol in my dresser drawer could take me far from here soon enough. Thank God I'm not that tough. I can't hear you.
Oh, I was muted. It happens every time. So what did your parents say when you decided that you no longer wanted to play football and you started to want to do music?
It was actually like the opposite of what you would think. I guess usually you like parents would be like, "Don't do that. That's a terrible idea." No, once I started doing it and I started making money, I actually moved out of my house and I moved to Warrensburg. And when I was there, I was making enough money where basically I was independent. I didn't need my parents anymore.
Yeah.
You know, I was making my truck payment, making my house payment, all that stuff. And I think that was, if there was a little bit of like a recognition that needed to happen, my parents realized, you know, oh, he's making enough money doing this. So they were, like, my dad still goes with me he won't be with me tonight, but
he's your biggest fan. And I mean, I remember telling someone that I said, if you could see, I think you can see because he records you sometimes, but if you could see from our perspective looking at him, he's like your number one fan, but also like he's also your dad. And I think that's the best thing, is that your parents are like number one.
And it's so like, and honestly, like, not to get too deep and sad or whatever, but like the thought of me like blowing up one day or like going on tour or something is amazing. But like, I have always told myself, like, I have to find a way. And this is kind of selfish because I have 2 sisters who deserve the world. But like, if I went on tour or something, like, I can't go without him. Like,
yeah.
I don't care if he drives a bus, whatever. Like, he's brought me this far. I got to take him with me.
Exactly.
I remember he carried me to the bottom of the hill. Now it's my job to take him to the top.
I remember talking to our friend John, and I said, it was after the very first night that I actually, the second time I saw you perform at the bar, because you performed 2 weekends in a row. The second weekend, I remember telling John, I said, he's going to go places, and I hope he doesn't forget about us here. And then I looked at him and I said, well, how could he forget about us? Because we're going to be at every single damn show that he's doing. So he'll have to see us. But no, I think if you're selling out these places that, like, when Muddy was a thing, there's to the point where I remember someone telling me that you had to tell Muddy, like, I don't have time. Like, all these other places, which I think is really cool, seeing you be like a hot commodity. Because I remember Sam at the bar telling me that he had to book you out like almost a year in advance. And you're booked out now. So
yeah, I'm booked right now. Actually, January is pretty open for me, to be honest. But the rest of the year, like, I think it's just because of the holidays, but
yeah.
As soon as you hit February, I'm like pretty packed.
Well, I know if you want to come to the bar and do karaoke, you know, have a night where you're not on the schedule and just come and let loose, I think it'd be fun.
Oh yeah.
So before I close out with the questions that I have, we do this segment on this show called Fiery Questions. So I'm gonna ask you, I think I have 6. They're not rapid fire. They're more of just questions that you normally don't ask in an interview. Are you ready?
I might need a drink for this.
What is the most useless talent you have that's not related to music?
The most useless talent?
Yeah.
Ooh. At this point in my life, probably kicking footballs.
I think you could do a whole lot.
That's what I was going to do when I played football. I was
to be a kicker.
So, yeah.
I mean, you could probably do a hell of a lot better than a lot of these professional players right now.
I don't know about that. But, yeah. I can still do it, but it ain't really useful right now.
If you could be a fruit, F-R-U-I-T, which one would you be and why?
A peach.
Okay, why?
Because I'm a Georgia peach, baby.
Okay.
I don't know. It's between that and using that. Anytime someone's describing Lainey Wilson's butt, they use the peach emoji. So
that's one person who I want to see in person is Lainey Wilson. Her and
I want to get to know her personally.
Her and family friendly show in Waiting in the Truck music video.
Yeah.
The outfits they choose for her are amazing.
And what I think's awesome about that is, so I don't know how into filming and stuff you are, but there's something called continuity.
Yeah.
For an individual. Like for me, when I first started, I was wearing like the sleeveless cut-off flannel shirts like Wallen did. And so when you go see me, you expect to see the sleeveless cut-off, whatever. For her, she not only carried that character through all of her concerts, but now she's on Yellowstone, and she is dressing the exact same way on Yellowstone, which is honestly very impressive that they took the time to make sure that continuity was there.
Have you, I know we're sidetracked real quick with the questions. Have you seen Big Sky?
Like PBR Big Sky?
No, Big Sky, like the TV show. Mm-hmm. Okay. Reba McEntire is currently a main character on season 3. They've carried her character from that show onto her current tour. And she, in some of the songs, dresses like her character on that show. And it's because when they styled her on that show, that's the way she wanted to be styled on her set. And I think that's kind of cool how they're taking these characters and that they are and putting them onto television or into their sets or into their like performances. And I have seen that with Lainey Wilson because they did a video of her at Acoustic Christmas in Kansas City. And she was the same exact way that she was in Wade in the Truck.
That was like, what was that, like 2 weeks ago, right?
Yes.
Acoustic Christmas?
Yes.
With Joe Nichols?
Yep.
Right? Yep.
So, love Lainey Wilson. I love how she's coming about. And her, I Got a Heart Like a Truck. It's on. I play it every day. Your third one. American Idol, The Voice, or America's Got Talent. Which one is better?
Ooh. I would say America's Got Talent.
Okay.
Why just because American Idol and The Voice are both strictly singing. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I know the big trend is talking about grooming people now. I feel like they kind of groom their artists to do what they think the artist doesn't have control.
Yeah.
So I like Wallen. That's why Wallen didn't go far on The Voice, because he wanted to sing country and they wanted him to sing pop. Like, yeah. I think America's Got Talent. You're going up against other people doing other things. It's not just singing. While that's probably like the most common thing that happens.
Well, you have to really outdo yourself on America's Got Talent because
and they're not going to tell you quit doing what you want to do.
Yeah, because you're there to sing, and they would have to tell. It's like telling a magician, "Oh, you know what? You're here on America's Got Talent. You know, how about you do some singing instead of being a magician?" So they want you to. The America's Got Talent is they want you to showcase who you are, which I think is. I mean, I like the fact that you just kind of opened my eyes to it too. I mean,
if it was between The Voice and American Idol, I would probably go American Idol.
Really? The same reason?
I don't know. I feel like the blind auditions are kind of. Well, I've also like went through the process of signing up for the auditions and stuff, so I know how it goes. Like, the blind auditions are not that blind. Like, there's a list of people. Like, when you first go and you have to send them a video first.
Okay.
And then they'll tell you if you made it to the next round. And then you get to go sit in this room with like 20 other people, and they tell you to stand up, sing one verse of a song, and then sit back down. And then whenever you're done, they'll tell everyone to stand up again, and they'll say, you, and you stay here. The rest of you guys, thank you guys, leave.
Okay.
And that's not even to the point of the blind auditions. That's just getting you to the next point beyond that.
Fun fact, I auditioned for American Idol back when it was the year Lauren Elena and Sky Mercury were the final two.
Starstruck lovers.
I actually remember vividly, I stood in line with Lauren Elena the entire day, got to know her, talked, should have got her phone number because now she's famous. Could have been like, hey, what's up? Can I get tickets? Whatever. But the way that they do their auditions is you do a group audition, then they pick someone
It's
out
like
there.
A focus group.
Yeah. And then if you get past there, and there was one girl I remember very distinctly. She was so good, and they literally cut her, and literally every person in the entire arena started screaming and booing that they cut this girl because we could hear her. Her voice was so loud and powerful that you could hear her all around, and everyone loved it. And they finally were like, they called her back and they gave her a ticket to go move on to the next round. Fun fact is, she never appeared on television.
So I actually competed against a guy in Nashville, which is kind of a funny story. The Country Music Hall of Fame put on a Brooks and Dunn Kings of Neon contest, and that was actually probably my first taste of Nashville, really. I sent in my submission for it, and then I was actually down here where I'm at right now in my basement, and I got this message I saw a little blue check mark in Country Music Hall of Fame, and I was like, what is that? And they messaged me like, hey, we're going to bring you to Nashville, and you're going to sing in this contest. And I was like, oh, okay. So I had to sing Red Dirt Road by Brooks and Dunn.
Okay.
But the guy that went right before me was a finalist on American Idol.
Huh.
And what's funny about that is there was a girl that won the thing, and I'm not going to get too in-depth about it, but we'll put it this way. All of us guys sang and had a pretty stagnant stage setting. She got up on stage and she went last, and she had like fans blowing on her and lights, and I was like, okay, so they knew who was going to win before we got here.
Exactly.
But so they weren't going to let me in the bar because I was 19.
Yeah.
So I showed up and I was like, hey, I'm here to sing. And the guy was like, no, you're not. I was like, yeah, I am. They put X's on the front and back of each hand. And then whenever I don't know if I got second or third place, whatever.
Yeah.
But we went and sat on the curb outside, and this guy that was on American Idol came and sat by me, and he said, "You're pretty broken up about it?" And I said, "Yeah." I'm sitting there crying like a little baby. But he said, he looks at me, he's like, "What do you say we get those X's off your hands and go get some drinks?" And I was like, "Sounds pretty dang good to me."
I mean, I can admit it now. I remember being under the age and like, you just go to the bathroom, you scrub real hard, those disappear.
Oh yeah, hand sanitizer works good.
Now I kind of want to hear you sing Red Dirt Road, not gonna lie. If you can, I would love it. This is the most embarrassing one. And then we have one more. Do you sing in the shower? And if yes, what songs do you like to sing? And if you say your own, that's fine.
No, that's actually really good. It's super weird. Whenever I was growing up, yes, I would sing my freaking heart out in the shower. Ever since I started playing in bars, I don't sing in the shower.
Really?
I don't know why. I just don't. I used to freaking I would be belting stuff in the shower, and now I don't know if it's just that I got burnt out on it or what, but
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I used to sing. I used to put my music in the shower, take a shower.
And now while I'm in the shower, but I don't sing.
Not now. Now I listen to podcasts while I'm in the shower, and I don't know why. The last one of the fiery questions is, what is your most hated chore?
Most hated chore. I don't know. I hate dishes. I hate doing dishes.
Everyone does. I mean, I can agree with you.
I look forward to the day, someday, where I can afford to pay somebody to do that for me. I hope that comes about sometime, because I hate doing the dishes. After I cook, even if it's something I did, if I cooked and I made a mess, I don't want to do the dishes after that.
Are you going to be one of those people? Because I remember being young and going, ugh, I wish I wish I was famous so I could have the money to, eat these most expensive meals. And then you hear these artists that are like, oh, I could go for the cheapest barbecue that I can get, and they have all the money in the world. Are you going to be one of those people that you're just going to still eat?
Oh, I don't do expensive restaurants. Take me to a gas station. Let me if they got barbecue at a gas station in Missouri, I guarantee you that's next to Texas barbecue.
There actually is. There's actually a restaurant attached to a gas station in Kansas City, and it's a barbecue restaurant. If it's still there, it's one of the Joe's barbecues, and it's connected to a gas station.
I'll tell you what, if you want the best fried chicken, go to Old Glory in Warrensburg.
I have heard that. I'm gonna try
that's
that.
good.
You want the best burger? Go to Pub 13.
I didn't eat when I was there.
I mean, then you got to come back.
I know.
Hey, if you're not doing anything January 9th, I can bring a +1 to our Christmas party, and there's free food.
Food's good food.
These have been the fiery questions with Noah. It's fun. So before we have, I guess I could get you to play one more song. I mean, why not? What is the best advice you can give to anyone that kind of wants to make that jump from doing, let's say, football or sports into playing music? What's your biggest piece of advice?
Honestly, my biggest thing is whatever you want to do it. Like in my head, like I did football, I did other things because other people told me to. Like don't ever let yourself have that thought of what if I would have done this or what if I would have done that. Like from like even me right now, like I'm not rich and famous, whatever. Like there might come a day where this doesn't work out for me and I don't get to do it anymore.
Yeah.
So, but at least I get to say I gave it my best shot. I tried.
And you have a backup plan.
Exactly.
So
but
before
I would say it's just. I know I said I quit football, but even for myself, right, there's times now I think like, well, what if I would have played football?
Exactly.
What if I would have kept going? Like, I would say, don't put yourself in a position to live in the what ifs.
Yeah.
If you have a desire to do something, try to do it. Give it your all. And the biggest promise I can make is anyone that tries to tell you no or tries to hold you down, get rid of them. I don't care if it's mom, aunt, grandma, whatever. Best friend, if they're telling you not to do what you want to do, get those people out of your life. Get the people in there that want to support you and want you to do exactly what you want to do. Even if it's not the mainstream, like, oh, get a 9-to-5 job, do this, do whatever. No. Get rid of that thought. Get rid of those people. Find people who are going to support you and what you want to do and just give it your best shot. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But
I like that advice. So before we run through your social medias, and so everyone can know where to find you, do you want to play another song?
I can. What do you
Sure.
got in mind?
Huh?
So you got anything in mind?
I don't know, but I really want to hear Red Dirt Road now. If you say you can sing it, then I want to hear you be able to sing it.
I was raised all around 3, out past where the blacktop is. We walked to church on Sunday mornings barefoot back to Johnson's fence. That's where I first saw Mary on that roadside picking blackberries. That summer I turned a corner in my soul down the red dirt road. Daddy didn't like me much in my shackled up GTO. I sneak out in the middle of the night, throw out through the bedroom window, turn off the headlights, drive by the moonlight, talk about what the future might hold, and the red dirt road. Swear I drank my first beer, swear I found Jesus, where I wrecked my first car, tore it all to pieces. I learned the path path to heaven is full of sinners and believers. Learning happiness on earth ain't just for high achievers. I learned how come to know there's island both ends of that red dirt road. I went out into the world, I came back in. I lost Mary, oh, I got her back again. Driving home tonight, 'cause I found a long lost friend. It's where I drank my first beer. It's where I found Jesus. Where I wrecked my first car, tore it all to pieces. I learned the path to heaven is full of sinners and believers. Learning happiness on earth ain't just for high achievers. I learned how come to know there's island both ends. Oh, I learned how come to know there's island both ends of that red dirt road.
I like it. If you guys want to follow Noah, you guys can follow him on Instagram at Noah Austin Music, on Facebook at Noah Austin Music, and if you guys want to listen to his music, he's on Spotify and Apple Music. Fun fact, if you have an iPhone, you can actually wake up and set your alarm with his music. Found that out one night when I could pick any song that's on my Apple Music and make that my alarm. So if you want to do that, that's a little creepy, but go ahead. Noah, thank you for coming on. I like to do this every season. Just have someone that is good at playing music, or that I feel like is good at playing music, come on here and we can show them off and support them. And yeah, so
thank you. I'm glad I got to be on here.
You're welcome.
It took a little while, but
you know what? It's fine. Sometimes I like to bend to the people's wills, and I'm like, here, these are my times. What can you do? And then, but hey, so if you guys want to follow him, all of his social media is running down there. Outside of that, we will be right back with more. Woo! My hair. Oh my God, my hair. I'm watching the NFL draft. It was stressful. No, I'm just kidding.
I was watching the performance.
I had already watched it once. I didn't need to watch it again.
Which is funny because he was talking about how he didn't want to be a football player anymore. You're like, oh, the draft's on.
Yeah, and the draft is on in Kansas City. It's the first time in the history of the NFL draft that the host city also won the Super Bowl. So, too soon?
It's okay. It's all right.
I hope you guys enjoyed that interview. I had fun recording it. He's still one of my really good friends. But like I said, right now he's currently taking a break due to health issues.
Really funny kid.
He's really funny. He's really polite. He's very nice. Yeah. But one show down, 3 more to go. We are super excited because literally, I'm not even joking. Look, I'm watching the draft.
Not this. Apparently, BB Can went crazy during this eviction too. It was a double. Anyway,
guys, next week it is our first time ever we are doing a double feature event. 2 episodes, one night. Starts at 6 Central. We'll do on Ed and movie reviews with Kevin first. We're going to show a very special commercial, and then we're going to do our crazy news. I haven't picked mine yet, so I'm super excited to figure out what I'm going to do.
Last crazy news of the year. Wild.
Yeah.
And then Tiffany.
That's all. Is there anything you need to say?
The finale's gonna be good too.
Yeah, the finale's gonna be good. Remember, next show, May 4th, double feature, starts at 7, 6 Central. I guess let's run through our what's if you guys want to follow Noah, we'll start with him first.
Yes.
Oh, God, I gotta get rid of the other thing.
You have an Instagram?
He does not. He used to, not anymore.
Oh, but he's Spotify. That's cool.
Follow Noah on Austin Music on Facebook. Listen on Apple and Music and Spotify. Chrissy, let's go with you.
Follow me at CRossMac_4 or my dog at Kahlua_Pup410.
You can follow me at Jay Hanton, and you can follow on Instagram at the CJ Unedited Podcast. Guys, thank you guys for watching. We will see you next week. And to end things, Chrissy, we have one more performance for you.
Ooh.
Noah? Oh, until next week, stay safe, stay happy, stay
I was like,
healthy.
is he here?
And remember to live your life 100%
Oh my gosh.
unedited. Noah, take it away.
Putting in that overtime, coming up with nothing. Sure as hell ain't for lack of trying. There's no use wasting time fighting for something when you see that white flag flying. Can you hear that whistle blow? It's all they think of time, and it's all that drink of time. Time to sing, time to find it. Crime has a reason. It's time to pack it in and stay down. Pack it up and walk away now. Give it one more day and call it a season. I can tell by the tears down in your eyes. It's quitting time. Something to be said for saying what needs saying. Suitcase says it all to me. Before the critics rolled snow, I always loved you. So we wrote that famous final scene where you turn and walk out on me. It's all they think of time, and it's all that drink of time. Time to sing, time to find it. Crime has a reason. Time to pack it in and stay down. Pack it up and walk away now. Give it one more day and call it a season. I can tell by the tears out in your eyes. It's quitting time. It's quitting time. Every start has an end. Every first has a last. Every now has a then. Every future has a past. Sometimes you want it back. 'Cause all they think of time, and all that drink of time. Time to sing, time to find it. Crime has a reason. Time to pack it in and stay down. Pack it up and walk away now. Give him one more day and call it a season. I can tell by